Hi there, it's Lori, and I'm here with a story about going to the zoo today. So, you know how I had that snowstorm on Friday? Well, it is now Monday. Not only is the snow all gone, but it was about 74 degrees Fahrenheit today. So, yeah, that's how it is. Because we got about 6 inches of snow on Friday. That's only a few days. It's all gone in the ground, melted, gone. So, it's a beautiful day to go to the zoo. We weren't the only people that thought so, but it wasn't crazy busy. My daughter is phobic, truly phobic about Komodo dragons. Has been as long as I can remember. She can deal with some of the other lizards, but Komodo dragons, no. So, what does my granddaughter love to see at the zoo? The Komodo dragons. So, we went in there. I went in there with my granddaughter, and there was a person, because the zoo has a lot of these people, there was a person talking about different things about the Komodo dragons, and he showed us what the size of an egg would be like, and it has kind of a leathery outside instead of like what we think of like with an eggshell. Obviously, it's not a bird, it's a reptile, but anyway, so then he said, I asked something about they're separate except during mating season, right? Because there's a male and a female, one of each. He goes, well, yes, but that's not always successful. However, the Komodo dragons are really interesting because the females have the ability to lay the eggs, and through a scientific process, they can actually make the egg fertilized or viable, I guess would be the better word, without the male involvement. So they can get fertilized eggs than the way we think of how that works, or they can create their own. They can just make it happen, like test tube babies, except they're just doing that. And I guess it is something to do with because of how the males fight over females. There is a smaller male Komodo dragon population than female, and then that could create a problem in terms of reproduction. So they've evolved this way, or they started this way. Who knows? And they can just, their eggs can just be fertilized without any. The woman can do it all on her own. Happy belated International Women's Day. That's my takeaway. Anyway, the blanket's done. I had to move it because it had to block the vent because my stepdaughter talks very, very, very loudly. She's 2 floors down, but her voice comes straight up the vent. All right, here it is. I'm going to show you so you can actually see. I did go ahead and do that wheat stitch border. I just love that as a blanket border. I love it. I love it. I love it because I feel like it's like a frame around your work. So there's the trees. You're not going to be able to see them in the pictures all that well. I tried. I even have my husband take pictures, because it just doesn't like to show up in pictures. And of course, that center is really cool, psychedelic. That's fun, and it's gray fox. I did break into another skein, so I believe it was 2 full skeins, which would be 820 yards. And I was using a 5.5. This is a 3-weight yarn, a DK. It is premium acrylic, feels like cotton, like a nice cotton, a wearable cotton. It's very interesting to me that it is. See, but I can hear the noise. I'm going to throw it back down. Anyway, I'll insert some pictures. You'll see that you can't quite really see the trees that well, but I tried to zoom in so you can see the whole blanket. It is about 50 inches by 50 inches. It's a big baby blanket. That's because I was winging it and putting 3 patterns together, doing Lori things. Anyway, it's given me some ideas on how I could do that tessellated forest, by Fiber Spider Craig in a slightly different way. Again, I did purchase that pattern, so I think I could figure out different ways to kind of make that work. It's just unfortunate with the variegation how in pictures you can't see it. You can't see that the bumps like you can in the bunny blanket. Anyway, I love it. It's done. And I have now decided I am never going to look at Mary Maxim's website on my phone. Because every time I do, somehow I click somewhere, I think I'm putting in a code or I'm checking something or I'm looking at something. It just makes the purchase. So this should be the very last time you ever see me buy one of these. And I'm going to pause it while I open it. To clarify, it's a surprise pack. Also, I will shop at Mary Maxim on the computer, where I'm not going to screw up the way I do on my phone. Anyway, that's where I am with that. The nice thing about, while I try to pull the computer over. The nice thing about that, okay, Hadijah, I think you're going to have to, it's all right. It's all right. It doesn't look like Hadijah has to close her eyes too much. Except for what I'm wearing. This is tie-dye I made. It's more of a purple, but that's all right. Not a purple bud. That would be a problem. Anyway, so you always get the nice plastic bag, which I do like. Yes, I did get the thing that everybody's been sending me from their bags. Again, this was not intentional. It was in my cart somehow. 4 of these. 3 skin tones. I actually have a purpose for that, so I will use that. This is, let me tell you about skin tones. This color is sienna. I'm going to take these off, sorry. The computer glasses. Machine wash, gentle cycle, tumble dry. So 100% acrylic, medium weight 4, 5mm needles or a US 8, or hook H. H is a 5mm or a US 8. It looks like on a hook as well. So very nice tone, that color. That might actually have a very specific purpose. Again, I use this stuff. I actually use it, so I'm okay with that. Now I have more than enough. I did send one to Linda. If Linda needs more, let me know. There's some date night. I have this date night. All these would work up really nicely together. So this was given to me, I believe, by Fiberfloozy. This is date nights, and this color is hematite. That's probably the more correct way, which is a stone, and that is the correct color. It's more gray than it looks on the screen. Well, it might look right. I've got to remember I've got the thing. But the metallic is kind of a purple, which I love. So this is fantastic, especially because then I could do something with the 2 of them together. Because that's sparkle too. Can you see that? It's just that this one sparkles off the black really well. You can see off the black yarn. Well, dark gray, sorry. It's not black. Let me put this back so that I don't think I got it from this bag. This is beautiful and sparkly. Oh, did I say how many yards? No, I didn't say anything. 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 273 yards, 250 meters. Medium weight 4. It is chain spun. Can you see that? Pull that out a little bit. See the construction there? All right. US 7 needles, 4.5mm. An I hook, an 8 or US 8, or a 5.5mm hook. So this one says bigger hook than needles. Versus the skin tones, they were the same size. This is a lightweight 3. Yeah, this is thinner, but I know some companies would call that a 4, but lightweight 3 Moroccan Nights. Oh, my husband's been to Morocco since we've been dating. He was there on a training thing. I don't know. Anyway, 3.5 ounces. He brought back some saffron and cinnamon and all kinds of lovely things. Yeah, I have to take my glasses off to read. Those are for that computer distance only. 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, lightweight 3. US 6 or 4mm needles, and again an H and 8. Those are US hooks, or 5mm hook. This was an I hook, so this one was I, but that makes sense because it's a bigger yarn. Very pretty. Blues, purples, greens. Maybe that's pink, but it's almost, I can't tell if it's pink or if it's leaning lavender. It leans lavender to me. The colorway is Princess. There you go. It's Camille's yarn. Again, I have a couple of these already. The only good thing about that is I can either do what I've done before and make the cat bed, or if you go in, you can cut. You can cut this here. Let me put this one down. You can cut it right. You see that? There's something holding together, and turn this into regular blanket yarn because it is awfully fun colors. I think that I'm probably going to do that. I was leaning that way anyway. And then we have, oh, the rest is all purple. So 4 of these. Make sure it's all 4. Yep. Well, I'm not going to be upset with this either. The loopy I would, but it helps to have 2 more. I can actually make something substantial out of it now by turning it into blanket yarn. This is dark mauve. Is that how they say it in the UK? Here in the US, we say mauve. I don't think you can see that, but super bulky 6, I guess. I mean, it's thick, but it's not. Okay. 8mm needles, 8mm hook. Does not give the letters. It's 100% acrylic. Machine wash. Do not bleach. Do not iron. Do not dry clean. Tumble dry. And for that hat, it says it takes 2 of these. And there are 4. So 4 of these. 2 loopies. 4 of these, but again, I use this, so it's okay. It's totally okay. And Linda, let me know if you need more. I sent you one, but I'll send you more. Skein tones, which I actually was running out of this kind of tone of brown. Again, this was named Sienna. It's a very nice yarn. Oh, did I give you all the details on the skein tones? I don't know if I did. I said it was tumble dry. Did I ever get the 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 185 yards, 170 meters, medium weight 4, 5mm needles, 5mm hook. This is the one, yes, they were the same, but I don't think I read the weight to you. And then this one, this is just kind of random. I don't know what I will do with that one, but I have a little more space in my DK bag since my giveaways, so that's helpful. And like I said, I have that other date nights that will go beautifully with that. And with 273, so over 500 yards of this, I should be able to make something kind of cool. That's gray and white and sparkly. I can't reach that, so it's just gonna wait. Anyway, so yeah, did it again. I promise. I'm not going to Mary Maxim on my phone ever again. I have no problem shopping with them on the computer. This never happens to me when I do it on the computer. So with that, Komodo dragons and how they reproduce, it's wild. You can look it up for yourself. It was long sciencey words. And don't be Lori. Don't accidentally buy stuff when you don't want to. Anyway, with that, thanks for coming in. Can I get an amen? Hugs from Mima. Yes, I'm wearing Jay's shawl again, even though I'm wearing it's very thin, a long sleeved hoodie, but it's very thin. This kind of hug, or whatever kind of hug you need. With that, see you all later. Bye.